Today we're going to talk about 5 things Alex Grinch can do to fix the defense immediately, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kidfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time, and today we're going to talk about the ways Alex Grinch can fix the defense immediately. And the first way that he could do that is not allowed touchdown passes, not touchdown tat. See, I did it again. Touchdown passes. See, touchdown passes. Touchdown passes. Look, when he was at Washington State, one of the things they did really well was prevent teams from scoring on them by throwing the football. Why is this important? Because the ball moves faster through the air than it does on the ground. If you got to make more plays to get into the end zone, chances are the defense has more opportunity to stop you, which is one way for which you can ensure an opportunity to do what Alex Grinch does better, which is get takeaways. But yes, stop them from throwing touchdowns that equal passes. Golly, I'm screwing that up. Stop them from throwing touchdown passes. Maybe it is harder than it is to say it. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe this is just a horrible video already. Hey, Alex Grinch, don't let people throw passes that get 6 points. Now, the next thing you can do is beef up the defensive tackle recruiting. I've said many times, and I'll continue to say, it's very difficult to recruit defensive tackles to anywhere, let alone Oklahoma, because there just aren't that many of them. Look, how many 6'6", 310-pound high school freshmen do you see that can get off the ball, that move like skill position players, and can dance with bears? There just aren't that many of them. That said, this recruiting apparatus at Oklahoma is built to start going to land those guys. Getting more guys that look like Michael Thompson and Neville Gallimore than look like David Ugwoegbu or Joseph Iwete, even to a degree, is better for you because you have those guys on campus already, right? It's not because those guys necessarily outweigh the others. It's because you don't have as many defensive tackles that you like as defensive end, outside linebacker types that you like. And you need to be able to spearhead in the middle of the defense, because if you can get pressure with 4, you can drop back with 7, and you can get those takeaways and those picks and make those tackles the way that we would love the Big 12 defense that is Oklahoma's defense to operate in a league where folks like to throw the ball all over the yard. The next thing that he can do is change the cornerback technique. Now, I think it's not going to get out of necessarily the bail technique in that they won't be bailing. They'll start off, because everywhere I looked when he was coaching his 3-4 at Washington State, they played off at corner, right? And I didn't particularly enjoy it, but what I did see a lot of was man coverage. And I want to see more man coverage, because that's telling your corner, hey man, do what you know how to do best. Don't depend on the zone. Don't depend on cover 3 or cover 2 to give you your reads. Just stay with your man and get between him and the football. I think that's something that the corners at Oklahoma can do, because even guys like Parnell Motley in 2018 could run with the wide receivers. They just didn't necessarily have the ball skills, and that's something else that Roy Manning was brought in to help with. And because Alex Grinch is going to be back there with safeties, I'm sure he's going to change the way that they technically play their positions. And if he can make an improvement on those dudes, safeties and corners, all of a sudden you can think about getting in the top 50 when you're talking about Oklahoma defense, because frankly, the pass defense was hot garbage. Run defense, so-so throughout the season. But yes, everybody in secondary was routinely getting lit up, and that includes Trey Brown, who was the best corner at Oklahoma last year. The next thing that he can do, gets back into run defense and also defensive tackle recruiting, go to a one-gap scheme, which he is doing. He coaches one-gap scheme everywhere. It's the same sort of scheme that you see at Alabama, right? It's a 3-4 alignment, but they treat it like a 4-3. Those dudes try to split the offensive lineman and get into the backfield like Quentin Miller was able to do against Oklahoma, like Dexter Lawrence and those guys at Clemson were able to do, including, Christian Wilkins was a monster, were able to get to Tua Tagovailoa in the national championship game. That's what you want at Oklahoma. So now that you're telling these guys, don't catch the blocks, run through them, they're going to get back to doing what they know how to do. And I think that's going to help Calvin Thibodeau and Ruffin McNeil tremendously when you're telling these kids and teaching these kids how you want them to play defense on the defensive line. One gap scheme is the best way to do it. And the last thing that I think Alex Grinch can do immediately is what he's done everywhere, which is have his one-word call. His one word means something to everybody on the defense. There is no check with me. And he can get in and out of his looks very quickly and very easily by saying a single word. Razor, laser, blazer, sting, whatever it is that you're going to yell so you can get the call. And we don't have any more defensive timeouts because we either don't have the call or we don't know how we're going to line up as a defense. You get aligned, you get assigned, and then you attack. That's it. That's defense. Align, assign, attack. That's it, right? Because if you get aligned, that means that you know where you're supposed to be. If you get assigned, you know who you're supposed to cover or who you're responsible for, and then you can attack. You can do what you were recruited to Oklahoma to do, what you've been doing your entire life, which is go and destroy he who has the football. Get aligned, get assigned, and attack. All right, that's it for me in this trash video. Deuces.